Nerd Podcast. I'm your host, Sean Mott. On today's episode, we have Cam Ross from These Streets on, and we're talking about our top 5 most influential albums. Albums that really shaped us into the music taste we like now and helped define how we wrote music. A few news topics before we get into that conversation. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 are coming out in a remastered format together for all the major platforms on September 4th. And in some more Mandalorian news, it hasn't been totally confirmed by Lucasfilm, but Katie Sackhoff has been reportedly cast as Bo-Katan in The Mandalorian Season 2. If some of you don't know, she voiced Bo-Katan in both Clone Wars and Rebels, so that would be cool to see her take the live-action form of the character as well. That's it for the news. Let's get in this convo with Cam.
What's up, dude?
Nothing much, man. What's up with you?
Chilling at home. Just got off work.
Hell yeah. So you are still working through this whole thing?
Yeah, 100%.
How's that?
It's been good. I mean, it's just real lonely.
Is it just you?
It's me and my second assistant manager, who just so happens to be the old guitar player of These Streets.
Oh, yeah.
So it works out. We just get to kick it all day.
I mean, that's tight.
It's not bad, bro. It could be a lot worse.
That's just true.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't have jobs at all, so.
Right.
Including me.
What have you been doing?
This and whatever design work I can do. Other than that, a whole lot of nothing. Not nothing, but I've been riding my bike, and when it's nice, I mean, this weekend it snowed, so I didn't ride my bike in the snow.
It snowed in May.
Yeah, man, it was sick. Just kidding. It fucking sucked. It's stupid as fuck.
Yeah, that sounds actually insane.
Yeah, not what I wanted at all. And then Sam and I have been trying to cook stuff. Mostly she cooks awesome shit, and I sort of help.
I feel it. You're like a sous chef.
Yeah, she actually called me her sous chef yesterday. It's hilarious. I looked up the date. I looked up the year we met.
What year?
2015.
Yeah.
You were on These Streets Lionheart Nasty tour, except when by the time I saw it, Nasty was not on the tour anymore.
No, they weren't.
But you were doing double duty,
Yeah.
doing the vocals and then the guitar in the Lionheart.
Yeah.
I saw you guys in Syracuse first, and then it was either that weekend or the weekend after Ghost Ship played Metal Fest, and you guys played too. And I remember hanging out with Ricky, and Ricky shit-talking people in the parking lot in classic Ricky fashion.
At Metal Fest?
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't even I was like dying in our van by that point. I like had between the first day I met you and that day, I got the coronavirus in 2015 or something. It was the worst sickness I've ever had in my life.
Was that the first time you were ever east?
Yeah.
Well, you probably got sick because it was probably cold compared to what you're used to.
I'm pretty sure I had just gotten back from Europe, which was freezing.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then of course the year after we hung out in New York together for a month.
Yeah.
Good times.
We did that, didn't we?
Yeah. Rocking the 6 strings for the Heart of Lions.
For the Lionhearts.
Yeah, the Lionhearts.
Yeah.
That was a good time. Well, not for you. You said you hated your life then, but
I did. I was very depressed back then. I was a sad ham.
We still became good friends, though.
I know. Through My Chemical Romance, no less.
Oh, yeah. I mean, MCR rules, so.
Uh-huh.
And then I ended up booking your band, and here we are.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, to string it back to Ricky was supposed to be our new agent.
Oh, yeah.
And then he was just like not, you had to get a hold of him through Facebook Messenger, so it just didn't work out. And then I hit you up. I was like, yo, can you please book this tour? And it was like, I would honestly say one of the best These Streets tours ever.
And I booked it in like a week.
Yeah, I know.
It was very fast.
Book it in a week. I'm pretty sure it was like a month out.
Yeah, it's true. I had to just rock that one out.
Yeah. Hey, it worked out for the best, bro.
Yeah, that was a good tour.
Oh, yeah.
And then I bought you coffee when I had you come all the way out to Syracuse again.
Oh, yeah. What was that place called?
Oh, Recess, the coffee place.
It wasn't that good.
You didn't like it?
I'm not a big coffee guy.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Then.
I'll take a Starbucks mocha all day.
All right, dude. That's fine. Whatever floats your boat.
It floats me, that's for sure.
So before we get into the whole music thing, which
Okay.
this is, I've had other music based, but I've never had one entirely on music, if that makes sense. It's usually about the person, and then we just kind of talk about music. But are you into any nerd related things at all, like video games or anime or comic book based things?
I mean, no. Uh, but I kind of know a little bit, maybe, because I work for Zoomies, and we always do like this company Primitive always does drops with anime shows.
Yeah.
So I had to learn about Dragon Ball Z.
Buzzy, yeah.
But
They
I had
did
to learn
Naruto,
about,
right?
yeah, Naruto.
They
And
just
now-
dropped a Marvel one, right?
Yeah, I just got all that in my sword today. So I'm learning.
You have to know like who's on the shirts and shit.
Yeah, no, because if I say it wrong, they'll be like, "That's Yasuki Maduki," and I'm like, "Yeah, dude, it's fire, buy it." Yeah, this Manuki shirt, this shit's fire, dog.
That's great. This is a great sales pitch, Cam.
Yeah, I remember who was the Broly.
Oh,
The
Broly,
big
yeah,
ass
the
dude.
big motherfucker, yeah,
When they
Broly.
dropped the Broly movie, they dropped the Broly shirt at the same time. So
That makes
must
sense.
be coming in, where's Broly? I'm like, dude, who's Broly? I don't know who you're looking for. I don't know if Broly. No, Broly works here. They're like, no, he's on the shirt. I'm like, oh, that guy. But no, I'm not really into anything too nerdy. I mean, I'm super into like computer stuff, like
True.
audio engineering. I can get nerdy about that. I mean, I used to be into PC gaming.
Yeah, I
a
mean,
long time
that's
ago.
all nerdy. You're kind of a shoe nerd, aren't you?
Is that nerdy?
Yeah, dude. I mean, anything you're obsessed with is kind of nerdy. It's
Okay,
weird because
I'm a shoe nut and a designer clothing nut.
yeah, that's
So
nerdy.
there's that.
I mean, pop culture is nerddom nowadays. You know what I mean? So yeah, look at that, dude. I just have a few pair of Yeezys. That's all I know. I don't know shit about shoes.
That's okay. Yeezys are okay.
Yeah, they're comfy. That's all I care about.
They are. I just can't subscribe to Adidas, but I mean, I guess that makes me nerdy.
Yeah. So you go. You learn something new about yourself. Look at
Yeah, I'm a nerd.
that. We're all nerds, Cam. It's fine.
I'm super into hand-to-hand combat.
What? Cool.
But yeah,
Like MMA or karate? Like
no, I'm fighting people.
oh, just fighting people. Okay, cool. Tight.
I get pretty nerdy about that too.
Oh my god.
But you can't just like tell people you know things. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like, if you have a black belt in Krav Maga, you're not just going to tell everyone that.
Some people would.
Well, yeah,
It's kind of corny, but
not me. I just wait till someone tries to punch me in the face and I like snap their neck with a snap of my fingers. Thanos, dick.
see, look, oh, nerd reference. Look at you go.
Yeah, Thanos. Have you ever seen where they put Thanos on that? Hold on, I'll find it. I'll send it to you.
No, I think I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
On the edge of the bed, like.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Thanos, dick.
So, do you remember the show or the band that made you jump in this deep hole of playing in hardcore and metalcore bands and wanting to tour and be in a million bands like you are now? I guess you're not a million. You're only in like 2 now, right?
I'm actually in a bunch now. It
Oh,
all happened
okay, there's
very
more.
quickly. I decided I wanted to play music again. Bought an amp, and then I just started writing music with hella people. But yeah, it was in like 2008. Back when Hot Topic used to let people have shows.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I'm talking about.
Yep.
There was this band that played, Rise of Caligula. Never heard of them, right?
No.
Funny thing is, that band went on to be a band called Deaf Heaven.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the two main dudes from Deaf Heaven are from Modesto, went to the same high school as me.
Oh damn.
Yeah, but I saw them play inside this Hot Topic, and it was like fucking nuts.
They
were
played
like,
full band?
yeah, they were spitting on everything, and it was just like grindcore. This was not like grindcore with like mosh parts. It was wild.
Wow.
But yeah, I saw them play and it was just epic. And I was like, yo, like I had seen bands play live before, but I'd never
Mhm.
seen a band just like kind of do that whole trash talk thing where they didn't give a fuck and it was just insane, you know?
Yeah,
They were,
I missed the period because I think they only did full band stuff in Hot Topic for a very short period of time. I'm guessing because of things of like what you're talking about.
that was dope as fuck. It was so sick. They moved all the t-shirts to be an upside down cross. They were like spitting on shit. It was crazy.
Wow.
But that performance alone, how I felt, I was like, dude, I want to play live music and be that insane. Changed my life forever. Some random ass band you'd never heard of, but also kind of heard of.
It's okay. The show that got me into live music was some local show, and I don't even remember any of the bands that played. So,
Boom.
and that made me want to keep going to shows and then playing bands and stuff. So, not that much different from me.
I'm fired.
Yeah, it was just some random metal bands. I think the headliner. No, I don't even remember the name of them. Honestly, I had no fucking idea.
It'd be like that.
I know, right? So we're going to talk about top 5 albums. I guess top 5 most influential albums to us. So the way I kind of did it, I don't know. I didn't tell you how to do it. I just kind of told you, yo, we're going to do this, whatever. The way I kind of did it were albums that kind of opened up different realms of music to me, I guess, for the most part. Or they either did that or they heavily influenced how I wrote music when I did write music. I don't really write music anymore. But.
That's exactly how I did it.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
Well, kind of. It starts out like the two we'll get into it. I'll explain as I go.
Okay. Number 5. You can go first.
Okay. So number 5, Linkin Park Hybrid Theory.
Okay.
First CD I ever owned. I was like enamored by it. Like the music was like super heavy. They looked ridiculous.
Insanely ridiculous.
They had DJ scratches. It was like rap because I was into rap too. I was a confused little child like Jamie Kennedy and All This Was Wanted. It was just like these. Every song was a classic before I even knew what a classic was. Like I love every
all
song.
Bangers.
The booklet was all these weird, transparent pages. I don't know if you ever owned that CD, but all the pages were like translucent. You could kind of see through them a little bit. The packaging was super dope. It was just well put together. I was like, damn, I want to make CDs.
I think when I got that CD, it was in the weird time when MP3 players became a thing, and I didn't care about CDs for like a year or two. So I think I just had it digitally on an MP3 player or something like that. I don't think I ever owned it on CD. And I also had a time where I had the Sony Walkman. I had a yellow Sony Walkman. It was so fucking sick. And my parents were poor, so whenever I had something that was like super cool to me, I like cherished it, you know?
Totally.
But someone stole it from me on a bus, and it had Limp Bizkit's Significant Other in it. And I was so pissed.
I'd have been dumb hot too.
I was pissed. I loved that fucking thing. But yeah, I mean, it's weird because they're not newer albums, but they're kind of, I think mine probably people kind of would figure would be in my top 5.
What's your number 5?
My number 5 is Brand New, Deja Entendu.
Okay.
In the same time, like I was super into Fall Out Boy and Panther Disco and bands like that at the same time. But I feel like Deja was the band, Deja, the album, Brand New was the band that kind of took it to another level. And they kept doing it, obviously, throughout their albums after that. But I remember literally listening to it, like mowing the lawn, listening to this record and shit. And I mean, I have the fucking astronaut tattooed on my arm, and I could still listen to this album now and wouldn't skip a single fucking track, which is kind of, you know.
Why have you never played music like that?
I kind of did when I was younger, I guess. I was in a few bands that were more in that kind of realm, but I also didn't really know how to write music, so they kind of. I was in one band.
I don't feel you, but I feel you.
Yeah. I don't know. I was young. I was like 16. There was one. I was in this like acoustic project with one of my high school best friends after I got back from college, and it was pretty cool. And we started demoing stuff that was full band that probably would have sounded in that realm, but then we ended up breaking up because I joined a hardcore band and thought I was super fucking cool for no reason.
That's how it happens, bro.
I know.
You got one little taste thing like.
Yeah, so I kind of did, but there's not really any proof of it, I guess.
Yeah. I tried to mask all the proof of my attempt at that too.
Why? That was a
I
good
don't know.
band.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever, man.
Dude, I took that record off of Spotify too.
Really?
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh wow.
Dude,
Alright.
it was like an art project. It was like a painting. And I held one art gallery where you could come look at it, and then it was just over.
It's just gone. You totally deleted it off the internet. Is like the music video down and shit?
I didn't take the music video down,
Oh, okay, so that's still up there.
but I'm not in control of that YouTube page, or else it would have been down.
Oh, gotcha.
And that guy, the label who put out our shit, the guy went MIA.
That's weird.
No, like actually weird. Like he stopped responding, and then one day I get put into this group text with like 40 other people, and it's everyone who was on that label. And he's like, "Sorry guys, label fell apart. Here's all the stuff that you guys need for your records."
Wow.
And I was just like, "Okay." And this was like months after we disbanded of sorts.
Oh yeah, because you kind of like did the thing and then kind of just weren't doing the thing.
Yeah. Literally just didn't even. Instagram still exists. Twitter still exists.
Stopped.
We don't. Ain't nobody asked. So
It was cool. The music was cool.
it was cool. It just wasn't. It wasn't done right.
I mean, shit happens, man.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, all
Trust
right.
me, I know. Shit happens. That's like the running theme of things going wrong in my life. Shit happens.
I mean, that's kind of the running theme in anyone's life where things go wrong, right?
Uh-huh.
Shit happens.
So number 4.
My number 4 was Scaring Kids, The City Sleeps in Flames.
Okay.
You ever listen to this record?
No.
Dude, it's so good.
Is it?
Yes.
Dude, I just remember watching a live video of them, and bruh, their keyboards goes brazy.
Dude, they all went. I never got to see them live, but they always went. I always watched live videos, and they were always fucking insane. But they kind of, I mean, they didn't open up because I was super into all the screamo bands. I love Senses Fail, Silverstein, Plus the Fall. I guess you can kind of now you can't lump in a Day to Remember, but then you could have lumped in a Day to Remember. They
still bump in a day to remember that.
huh?
They're like the duct tape of music, bro. They could be anything they want.
That's true. I just mean they're like fucking huge now. You know.
Well deserved.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, every new song they put out is a fucking banger. But
I wasn't feeling that newest one though.
the Mind Reader,
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. It's catchy.
I thought the way they worked in the word mind reader was not catchy at all.
I mean, they're kind of starting going to the typical radio kind of thing,
All time low type deal.
Yeah, exactly. But
The
this
other-
record was The City Sleeps in Flames is my favorite record from that era of that kind of band. Oh, I was also super into Alisana back then too.
Okay.
I
You were straight up emo, dog.
dude, screamo, bro, not emo.
There was no questioning that.
No, dude, I love that shit.
Was Alisana the band with like 3 guitarists?
Yes, they had 2 singers. No, well, one of the singer, the dude who had that high fucking pitch voice, was one of the guitar players, but they did have 3 guitar players. Dude, Maylene had 3 guitar players too.
Maylene?
Yeah, and they definitely did not need 3 guitar players.
No, neither did Chelsea fucking Grin.
They had 3 guitar players?
They had 3 guitar players.
Oh, God. Why?
And they kill it with just 1 now.
Yeah. Well, backing tracks, man.
Dude, yeah. Sounds hella cheap.
I mean, nowadays, backing tracks sound decent,
Yeah. I like it when bands actually have another amp set up on stage and just run shit through that amp. As if that guitarist is there, like run the DI through that amp.
That's kind of too much for me.
I used to do that, bro. That sounded so crazy.
That's true. I mean, when you get bigger, you just have 2 cabs, and then then you have a million dummy cabs.
I think they did that because at the time they weren't playing venues with a good front of house.
Oh, so they did, so you didn't have to worry about it sounding like fucking shit.
Yep.
That makes sense. That's smart, actually. It's really smart.
I thought it was fucking brilliant.
Obviously, it'll sound awesome. So
Everyone's just staring at the amp setup in the trailer.
Feel like-
I'm not loading that in. He's not even a real member. So good.
That's great. What's your number 4?
My number 4, Iowa from Slipknot.
Oh shit,
Yeah, dude. I was like 8 years old when I got that
dude!
record.
I don't even have Slipknot on here, and I feel kind of stupid for it. They'd probably be my top 10. They'd have to be my top 10.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking ones that just define me as a musician. Because there's like, I could talk about 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying, but we don't need to go there today. But that record, that's the most, I mean, I would honestly say it's probably one of the heaviest records
ever.
Ooh, ever. Like sonically, musically, emotionally, like everything about it is just like heavy. Like, like, I don't know, like you could tell that they were like cracked out.
Yeah, have you watched the documentary on it?
They have a documentary on Iowa?
Yeah, it came out like 10 years ago. They put out a 10-year deluxe edition. And did you ever meet Bivaz?
No.
No, maybe not. He lived in Watertown too when I grew up in Watertown, but then he ended up moving to Syracuse shortly after I moved to Syracuse. But he showed me a ton of bands, but he knew I loved Slipknot and bought me the Iowa deluxe edition for Christmas one year, like a good friend. But we watched the documentary together, and dude, it's fucked. Like the intro where it's that crazy high pitched noises.
Yeah.
I believe it's the producer. No, it's one of the other dudes going in there because his like father died or something. And it's him literally screaming. And you can hear him screaming in the actual intro too, but I think they remix it too to make all the fucking crazy noises.
That's wild.
And
I've seen like Voliminal, and I've seen the VHS that came with there was a VHS that came out back in the day for the self-title, but I've never seen one about Iowa.
Yeah, dude, you can probably find it on YouTube and shit. I think it's called Goat. I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to look this up.
Dude, and they like hated each other then too.
You could tell that they were like all being accustomed to being rich, but still spending it on like meth. And I mean, yeah, like they actually like smoke crack and shit, because that's like the drug of choice out there, you know. So the rich like, fuck, I'm not gonna like. I can go to rehab if I need to. Smoke meth, be an alcoholic, do hella cocaine. Like those motherfuckers were fucking crazy when they wrote that.
Yeah, there's videos. Yeah, there's videos of them like screaming at each other backstage and shit in the documentary. It's fucked.
I can't wait to watch this.
And that's stuff they just show too. So who knows what the actual reality of it was? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They showed enough just to be like, yeah, these motherfuckers are crazy. But in reality, it was probably fucking way worse too.
For sure.
Damn, that's a good one. My number 3 is up that alley.
Okay.
Kill Switch Engage, End of Heartache.
Damn.
Banger.
We almost covered that song. That one.
Whew, that would have been sick.
I know. I could sing it hella good.
Oh, I would love that. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, we were going to do it, but we only had one guitarist at the time.
Oh, yeah, that would not work with one guitar player.
So now we could do it, but I don't know. We have our eyes set on another cover.
Okay. But yeah, this song was on a Resident Evil movie. It was the end. It was as soon as the credits roll, it played in there. And then Rose of Sharon was on this Headbangers Ball mixtape that my mom bought for me when I was like fucking 12 or something, whenever this record came out. And that pretty much like skyrocketed my love into like metalcore proper, like As Lay Dying and 18 Visions and shit like that. That's like, this is the band that got me into that stuff.
Did you ever like Wings?
No, I was super late into the kind of underground metalcore stuff.
Okay.
Like On Broken Wings and like Recon and like Disembodied and shit like that. I was kind of late to the game. Pretty much when I got into hardcore and then metalcore became cool again, that's when I was like, oh, these bands. I knew like the big ones pretty much. And like Every Time I Die came, they'd be in my top 10 too. They're not my top 5, but because they kind of came late too. I didn't listen to them until like their 3rd record or something, or 4th record.
That's wild.
Yeah. But now they're one of my favorite bands.
Every Time I Die?
Yeah. 100%.
One of the greatest live bands of all time.
Probably the greatest live band of all time.
Okay, I don't know about that. I've seen Liam Gallagher live, man. I don't know about that.
Okay. Greatest heavy live band of all time.
There you go.
Because I've seen Slipknot, and they were cool, but I wish I kind of saw them in their prime, because I feel like they're all old now, and they're kind of a little too tame.
Yeah, I saw them during All Hope Is Gone, that album cycle.
I saw them on the Gray Chapter album cycle.
Ooh, that's rough.
I love that album, so I don't care.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, All Hope Is Gone is the only Slipknot record I don't entirely like, really.
Whoa.
I like a few songs off it, but as a record, I don't really like it.
I get it.
Yeah. It's got some bangers on it, but when
It's
you're
like-
following Iowa in Volume 3, it's kind of hard.
Oh, totally. No, I get it. They had big shoes to fill.
Oh, yeah. Because I know people already kind of, had their hate with Volume 3. Some people do. I don't. I think it's a great record.
That's a good record, man. That should be on my list. But I'll let Iowa sit for number 4.
Iowa's my favorite Slipknot record, for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But the songwriting in Volume 3 is really,
Whew. It's good. It's smart.
yeah.
It's like heavy, but it's the heaviest radio record. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I know took the words right out of my mouth.
Which is smart. It's like, yeah, we're still going to be pissed off, but we're going to write the fucking hits. What do you got for number 3?
A Day to Remember for Those Who Have Heart.
Whew. I don't know why. Dude, I feel like I fucked up, but it's
You didn't fuck up. You went with your heart.
I did. I went with Good Came to Me first, I think.
For sure.
That's an amazing record. It's
Yeah.
a perfect record.
It is a perfect record.
Dude, okay, so you want to hear some crazy shit?
What?
So the first time I saw A Day to Remember, they played, I've told the story a few times on my podcast, I think, but who gives a fuck? There's this record store near where I live now, but from where I grew up, it was like an hour-ish away. I went with a bunch of my friends, but A Day to Remember opened this tour, okay? And it's either right when For Those Who Have Heart came out or right before. I know they at least had the single out, but Endwell was supposed to open, but they dropped for some reason the tour. So they were opening the tour, and then Bless the Fall was direct support with Craig Mabbitt, and then Alisana was the headliner. And I saw them play in a record store, literally a record store,
Whoa.
the size of a living room. Yeah,
I saw a Day to Remember in a church, 2008.
I actually saw them. It wasn't a church, but I saw them. I think it was 2006 or 2007, but I saw them definitely in 2000.
How old are you?
30. And then I saw them 2007, and they were direct support to Devil Wears Prada. It wasn't a church, but it was like a church annex thing. It was basically just a big ass room at the stage.
I love playing churches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who did they play with in that church show?
Dude, I forget what band they were on tour with. It was, I know there's like a YouTube video of them on that tour. November 2007. Hold on, I'm gonna figure this out right now. Watch. I don't know. Yeah, nope. Is it in the comments? Nope. Never mind. They were on tour. It was a really bad band. And there was like one local opener, I think.
Really? It was like a 3-band show?
Yeah, and I still have the signed poster in my bedroom.
That's dope. Is it like a For Those Who Have Heart signed poster?
Yeah.
That's
Like
awesome.
it's got Tom Denny on it.
Oh, yeah. He was in the band then. Holy shit.
It's got Denny on it. Back before he was a biker?
Does that dude still record bands?
No, but he's for sure a biker.
Weird.
Yeah, he's like or I think he's not a biker anymore. I think he moved to LA and he's a filmmaker now. Probably not a good one, but I mean, he's still a filmmaker.
What a wild journey that dude has had in his life.
I know, and he could have just been in A Day to Remember.
Yeah. Kind of fucked that one up. Did you know that because him and Jason Lancaster, the dude who was in Mayday and Go Radio, used to do shit together in a recording studio, and Jason Lancaster wrote If It Means a Lot to You. He wrote that song for A Day to Remember, and he didn't charge royalties. He charged like $1,500 for that song.
Good shit.
Imagine if he charged royalties. That dude would be fucking so rich off
But
that.
that's still one of their biggest songs.
I know.
If not number one.
Yeah, I mean that Marshmallow song might have cracked that one.
Dude, that song was fire too.
Yeah, it's catchy as fuck.
When they play it live.
That makes sense. It's fine.
My Mind Reader's number one right now, but in terms of streams, 128 million on If It Means a Lot to You.
Holy fuck.
The only thing close is Downfall of Us All.
Wow. Homesick, reigning supreme over there.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's a great record too.
Man,
Yeah.
that's what should have been on my goddamn list. Because that,
Homesick?
yeah, I started writing music on the computer, like heavy music on the computer after I heard Homesick because it sounded so good.
Oof, that shit. Yeah, both records are amazing. Peak a Day to Remember.
Yeah.
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 Because I didn't like another full record until what's the yellow one?
Common Courtesy.
Yeah.
You didn't like wow. Some fan I am.
The What Separates Us
That
from Them
one.
or whatever the fuck. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
It was whatever to me.
I love that record. But it sounded weird.
And their new record sounds like they just copied the Ghost Inside, but couldn't copy them well enough to be the Ghost Inside. Bad Vibrations or whatever.
I don't know about that, bro.
Dude, you listen to some of those songs and you go listen to Ghost Inside, you'll be like, oh, okay.
Well, Jeremy McKinnon wrote the Ghost Inside's record, so.
Which ones?
Dude, he like co-produced their like past 3 records.
Oh, well.
I swear to God, I might be wrong. Don't.
Yeah, I might be wrong.
Bro, I swear to God, he did. Hold up. Keep talking, bro. I'm on my computer, bro. I could be Googling things all nerd.
Oh my God.
Uh,
Well, do you have anything else to say about this record? You're just like, it's number 3. I liked it.
What, I mean, that album has some of the most slept on breakdowns of all time. Facts.
And they're all just open.
Yeah. All mosh calls, too. They pretty much said, let's take up every breakdown possible and just like say we did it first.
Yeah.
I can tell you how many breakdowns of those have been stolen by other bands since then. You know what I'm saying? But
Pretty much all of them.
Mhm.
They seriously took every open variation of a breakdown and did it. Good for them.
100%. They took all the real estate real quick.
Pretty much in one record. And then outdid themselves in the second record. They're like, oh, you think we didn't have any more open breakdowns? Well,
No, they
guess
took the
what?
rest of them.
We do.
Yeah, okay. Dear Youth was co-produced by Jeremy McKinnon and Andrew Wade.
Oh, okay. I mean, all right.
Yeah, but you give producer Jeremy McKinnon.
I guess he was finally fed up with producing and goes, yo, I'm gonna write my own Ghost Inside record.
Aha.
I mean, you were doubting yourself, so I'm glad you were right.
I was stressing. You see all the sweat on my head, though?
I do.
Anyways, what's your number 2?
Number 2. Actually, before that, you doing all those hand motions reminded me of one of my favorite moments from that Lionheart tour in Europe. So you're the one who introduced me to Post Malone in that year, 2016, I think.
Let the record show that I was like the first Post Malone fan.
I had no idea who the fuck he was at all.
No
idea. And we listened to White Iverson every day of that tour.
Multiple times a day.
Yes,
like
probably way more than once every day. And that song is catchy as fuck, so I don't give a fuck. But outside of the tour bus, you took a bunch of European money and
I made it rain.
You made it rain. But what you don't see in the video that you post on Instagram is that after you make it rain in slow motion with White Iverson playing over it, it's you scrambling to make sure none of the money blows away.
Yeah, all my money. Damn it. I'm pretty sure it was Frog's money. I was like,
I forgot everyone called him Frog.
Dude, yeah, Frog. I was a little lily pad.
Yo, Frog.
You got Frog, you got Cub, you got Sean. You know what I'm saying? We had the dream team back then.
Dude, that was the Lionheart Dream Team.
Anyway.
Okay, my number 2. Taking Back Sunday, Where You Want to Be.
Ooh.
So most people say Tell All Your Friends, obviously. That's their TBS album. But this album, amazing. The songwriting is incredible. And this one this CD came with a Victory Sampler CD that had Bayside on it, which Bayside is still one of my favorite bands ever.
They almost got put on it, but if it wasn't for this album, I never would have found Bayside. So it had Hawthorne Heights on it. It had Atreyu on it. And it had a few more. I don't remember what else was on it, to be honest. Maybe Bleeding Through or something. Maybe.
Hoods.
I don't think Hoods was on it.
They were on fucking Victory at that time.
Yeah, that album kind of opened up a new world for me in a way. But even today I listen to that album and I just love it. I love that album. It's great.
Did that album have Fred on it?
Yeah, that's the first album with Fred.
Right. I loved him.
He is incredible.
My favorite Taking Back Sunday record was Louder Now.
That's Sam's favorite one.
Front to back numbers.
We went hiking the other day and we listened to like Taking Back Sunday the whole there and back. But yeah, she was like, yeah, Louder Now is my favorite. But I was like, Where You Want to Be is just the record that I remember.
Well, Louder Now, they have money to play with.
Oh yeah, it sucks because after Louder Now, I guess Frank had a ton of ideas and they were just like, nah, we don't want him. See ya.
That's whack.
Yeah, it's like, why would you get rid of that guy? He's a fucking genius.
And he sounded good.
He was amazing.
And the guy they replaced him with sucked too.
Well, they replaced him. I don't know if it was originally, but eventually they replaced him with the OG guy.
Yeah, eventually after the album they did with the random guy who sucked.
I don't even remember that album, to be honest.
What was his name?
I don't even know. I know John Nolan's the OG guy that came back.
It was like Matt something. I don't know. But yeah, that's Where You Want to Be is a great record.
Yeah, I love that record. What's your number 2?
Trapped Under Ice, Big Kiss Goodnight.
Whoa. Really?
Yeah, dude.
I didn't see that one coming.
That's why I put it there.
That's a dope record, though.
That's like the set it off for me.
I mean, dude, I love the first record. I can't remember the fucking name of it, but
Secret to the World.
Yes. So when I first got into hardcore is when all of those bands started breaking out. Trapped Under Ice came out with that record. Backtrack released the first demo and EP. Cruel Hand released Lock and Key.
That first Backtrack demo was crazy hard.
Dude, so sick. Best thing they probably ever put out, to be honest. But yeah, like all that shit came out at the same time. So when they wrote Big Kiss Goodnight, that shit was it was Secrets of the World on crack, pretty much.
Yeah, and it was just like such good songwriting. The flow of it was just, for a hardcore record, that's how I want a hardcore record to sound.
Yeah,
it was cohesive. And this is why I put it on the list, because it's like probably my favorite hardcore record. I don't care what anyone says. Like, I don't need to pick some obscure old 90s record to like explain my love for hardcore. But
that the person who says it's their favorite hard record never listened to it in the first place.
Yeah, like I love Irate, bro. Okay, cool.
Anyways,
it's everything I want in hardcore. It's fast. It's the lyrics his lyrics are so good, and just
his delivery is nuts too.
Yeah, his whole style, his whole vocal performance is awesome. That record is bar none their best work.
Oh yeah,
a lot of people talk shit because it's like too like chorus driven. It's like, duh. What do you mean?
Look at the
songs.
Look at the best Terror record, Keepers of the Faith. You're going to say that's not chorus driven?
Yeah, but that record set me up for success with hardcore.
Yeah, that's
writing hardcore music, like how to structure, how to put it together. So that's why that album molded me as a musician.
Damn,
too.
That's awesome. I love that.
If I see Trapped Under Ice live, I'm moshing front like the whole set. I'll be out of breath. I'll be dying, and that's like one of the only 3 bands I'll do that to.
Yeah, I haven't seen them in a long time. I don't think.
I just saw them recently, like last year.
Yeah, before they broke up, I think it was the last time I saw them. I haven't seen them since they got back together.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's been a while.
I got back together like 5 years ago, bro.
I know. I have not seen them in a long time. I don't think they've played anywhere near here, to be honest, other than like Philly. But Philly's like 4 or 5 hours away. It's not exactly close.
What's your number 1?
Number 1, Stick to Your Guns, Diamond.
Okay.
That record, I mean, it heavily influenced everything I wrote for Ghost Ship, for sure. I kind of melded hardcore with Stick to Your Guns and made Carry the Flame, and mostly Cold War Army is more influenced, I guess, by Stick to Your Guns than that one. But pretty much my writing style with hardcore or hardcore metalcore adjacent or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And even the way, because I would help sometimes with not exactly the lyrics, but maybe vocal placement, or ideas for lyrics. They'd be like, hey, here are the lyrics. Do you have any other ideas? And that stuff definitely has influenced me more than any heavy record ever. Because that's why I put it at number one. Because as far as songwriting or me being in a band, like that was the one that molded me into being probably the best, to write the best songs that I ever wrote, I think, for sure. But that record's still phenomenal front to back. And I remember when it came out, I would show a bunch of people, because that was like heyday of hype hardcore, you know, when that record came out. So
Stick to Your Guns would still play with hardcore bands.
Wait, what?
That's back when Stick to Your Guns would still like tour with hardcore bands.
I mean, they did it. They toured with Candy, Rotting Out.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like when they were like touring with hardcore bands, not like letting them direct support. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, true. I saw them with Terror. The tour was Terror, Stick to Your Guns, Trapped Under Ice, Your Demise, and one more, I remember that, I think. Tour. Yeah. My old band Atlas opened for that tour.
You had a band called Atlas?
Yeah, that was the band that pretty much got me in Ghost Ship, because we used to play all the same shows, and then Ghost Ship needed a guitar player, and I filled in and then ended up joining.
It happens. Just like that.
It does. Very fast.
Next thing you know.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's, boom. Lionheart, baby. I mean, and then Ghost Ship was the reason I filled in for Lionheart, obviously. So
yeah.
So number one. What's your number one?
The Black Parade.
Whoa. Over 3 Cheers?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You have to think, like, the reason I approach it like that is because if you think about 3 Cheers, that's like their debut record, really.
Yeah.
Their major label debut.
Yeah.
And you can never think like major. I can't ever put myself in major label, at least at the moment, I can't put myself in major label debut mode or anything like that.
Yeah.
I put out my debut before, you know?
Yeah.
So I always think of Black Parade, and I always look to Black Parade for inspiration for anything I write, really.
Yeah, I mean, that can cross so many genres, for sure.
It's not even about genres. It's just, like, the amount of textures, the amount of things going on in the songs, the vocal production. Like, if you go on YouTube and literally search, like, any song on the Black Parade a cappella, and you hear all the shit he did, all the layers of vocals.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And it's, like, honestly how I kind of approach some of the sections of songs on the new record. Like,
that's awesome.
It's super inspiring to see what they were able to do with what money they had.
Yeah.
And then it just challenges me to kind of use that as a tool to create, and as like a guideline of like, parts sound big when they're big, you know? So it kind of just always keeps me in check with, this is possible without what they had.
Yeah, exactly.
So not to mention that album changed my life forever. I was like, this is the greatest record of all time. It's like, that's honestly my favorite record of all time, maybe.
It's an amazing record. I mean, obviously we talked about how MCR bonded us in Europe, but yeah, I love Icon. Yep. I was bummed when they announced the tour, and then I tried to buy tickets, and they were, by the time if I wanted to buy them, I would have had to spend like fucking $800 for 2 tickets or some shit. And I was like,
my sister got tickets. It was $600.
God, man. I mean, obviously that's not happening anymore. So.
You don't know that. They haven't announced anything yet. Stop.
It's not gonna happen,
Sean.
I'm just being honest, man.
I'm playing upstate New York.
We'll see. Very optimistic.
Hey, if that's the only fest that happens this year, it's gonna be lit.
It'll be something, that's for sure.
But yeah, that's my number one, man.
That makes sense. Yeah, I feel like Gerard Way is a very underrated vocalist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, obviously MCR is MCR, but no one really takes the time to appreciate what he did. I guess the same with Bert from The Used, too, because they're both unreal vocalists. Bert is great, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Bert sounds good on record.
Dude, I saw them live, and they were sick. And they were playing the hits, too, which I was stoked about.
What do you think of their new record?
I listened to like 2 songs, and I did not care. I haven't liked a record since
In
Love and Death.
They've been pumping records out.
Dude, yeah. I think a few years ago, I just ended up looking what the Used have been doing because they still sell a fuckload of tickets. They draw thousands of people a night. It's nuts.
Yeah, my sister went and saw them. They played Ace of Spades, packed it out.
Yeah, the last time they played upstate New York, they sold out a 3,500 cap room. I think 2 nights in a row or some shit. Yeah, it's nuts. But yeah, I looked at their Spotify and I was like, because I remember the record that had Burden the Worm and Pretty Handsome Awkward. And that record's like okay. It just kind of has good songs and then the rest are kind of whatever. And I remember Pretty Handsome Awkward was in a Saw movie too. Back in the day.
It's funny because they're another one of those bands that just like fell off because of beef. They kind of got blackballed in a way because they're My Chemical Romance beef.
I mean, kind of, but they just got big. It's weird because bands like them and All Time Low, we think they fell off, but in reality, they just got mainstream big, and we just didn't hear about them for years. Because that's what happened to All Time Low too. I had no idea what All Time Low was doing, and then they announced they're playing this huge venue in Syracuse, and I was like, "What? Why are they? What? They're that big?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "All right."
I mean, yeah, like when after 11 Death, I'm pretty sure the Used were an arena band.
Yeah, probably.
And then they kind of humbled themselves, got back down to theaters, and have just done the same rooms forever. You know?
Yeah, they just play like House of Blues and shit. Yeah,
they've literally put out 8 records since then as well.
Yeah, which is
but
crazy.
They didn't have that crazy hype about them. Think about like 4 Years Strong. 4 Years Strong never broke up.
No,
but they beat for the Day to Remember, fell off.
Yeah, they've had weird like hills and valleys for sure. Because when they got signed to Pure Noise years ago, that's when they started picking up steam again. Because I saw them. It was the first time I saw them in years because I randomly saw them at the fair. They opened up for Fall Out Boy at the New York State Fair.
That's tight.
It was pretty cool. No one gave a fuck about them. But they didn't play any of the old bangers, really. They may have played like one or something. That was when they put up that weird record that kind of sounded like Foo Fighters.
Yeah, that was
yeah. And then after that, they were like, well, this isn't working. We better go back true to form. And they opened up. Well, they didn't open. They were direct support. But the tour was Terror, 4 Years Strong, and Store So Far. And at first, I was like, why is Terror opening? And then I watched the crowd after Terror for 4 Years Strong, and I go, oh, that's why. People give a fuck about 4 Years Strong again. Okay, cool.
That's so weird.
Dude, I was confused because this had to have been 2014 or 15 or something, somewhere around there. And I was like, why the fuck is Terror opening this? I was like, is it just because it's like a pop punk headline tour? Is that why they're opening? But then, and even in Buffalo is like, Scott Vogel's from Buffalo, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, this is fucking weird. And then I watched 4 Years Strong play and I was like, oh no, that makes sense. Crazy.
They're a crazy good live band.
Oh yeah, they've always been good. I saw them the first time I saw them.
Play guitar.
Huh?
Those fools both play guitar.
And sing.
Nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I wish I had that kind of talent.
Yeah, same. This shit is nuts. Yeah, the first time I saw them was right after Rise of Dragon came out in like 2008 or 7 or whatever the fuck it came out.
I think I saw them at Taste of Chaos with Bring the Horizon.
Oh shit.
It was like the last Taste of Chaos, maybe.
They brought it back kind of a year ago. It wasn't really a Taste of Chaos. It was Sao Sin with Anthony Green, Dashboard, I think one more band or something. It was very small. It was weird. But they called it Taste of Chaos for some reason.
There's no chaos involved in that lineup.
No, it was just like a emo revival tour.
Yeah.
It was a few years ago though. But yeah.
Yeah, I miss shows.
I do. It's been weird without shows. I usually go to shows so much because it's like part of my job.
What's your insider knowledge on shows coming back?
Nothing.
Hey, Upstate Fest though.
The only thing I said to think about MCR is because most major agencies have said, yeah, this year's fucked. Nothing is happening. So anything that's in a bigger than a club or maybe a big size club, there's no fucking way it's happening. Because they're talking about in Florida, they're allowing like stadiums and stuff for sporting events to run at like 20 or 25% capacity. But there's no way any live show is going to want to have a show at 25% capacity, especially in thousands of cap rooms. Like, who the fuck wants that? No, it would suck.
6 feet, player.
Yeah, like
6 feet.
imagine a stadium tour, but you can only fill in half the room. Would be terrible.
Well, I
right?
don't think they mess with Upstate Fest, bro.
Maybe. It's a pretty big room.
Is it? How big's the venue?
Like 1,200 or 1,400. It's at Upstate Concert Hall, right? Right? That's where it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, like State Champs plays their hometown shows there and sells it out by a lot. That's where all the big tours go. Is Upstate Concert Hall.
Man.
Yeah. It's a big, big fucking room. Like Knocked Loose played there. Big room.
Tight.
Yeah. It's a very awkward room too. It's kind of like the stage is kind of in the corner, sort of. It's a big fucking stage.
Ooh, I think I've seen videos of Laid to Rest playing there.
Oh yeah, I think they played one of those weird hardcore fests there.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a weird room, especially for a hardcore fest. It's probably just going to do a couple hundred people. We'll see, I guess.
Well, I'm coming to party anyway, so turn up.
If it happens.
I think the album drops that weekend too.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Record release show in Upstate.
It's tight, dude.
Can't wait to be hammered.
Oh my god.
Turn it up.
All right, so I usually end these things with a little thing I call Metalcore Minute.
Okay.
So you got a minute, and you just list off whatever you've been into since this whole thing has started. It could be
Doja Cat.
what?
Doja Cat, dude.
I don't even know what you're saying.
You know who Doja Cat is?
No.
Anyways. Continue.
Okay. Yeah, 1 minute. Just whatever you've been into. It's a TV show, video game, movies, bands you've been listening to, whatever. All right.
I'm just gonna shout people out.
All right. You ready?
Give me a countdown. I got stretch. All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
Shout out Machine Gun Benny. Shout out Fred. Shout out JT. Shout out Michael. Shout out Cody Fuentes. Shout out Darius. Shout out Ryan from Born Anew. Shout out Troy from Easy Money. Yeah, heard. Shout out all my homies from Modesto. Shout out Sean Mott. Shout out Sam because she's way cooler than Sean. Shout out Lionheart. Shout out Arkham Agency. Classic.
Wow.
Shout out Yerba Mate. Shout out Swisher Sweets. Shout out Weed. Shout out Liam Gallagher. Cocaine. PlayStation 4. Graffiti. Patrick Stump. Micheladas are tight. Dude, shout out Universal Audio. SM7B's, Nike as a whole. Off-White. Weed. Did I say weed?
You said weed. 5 seconds.
Shout out Tight Tom. Shout out Tight Tom.
All right. Oh my god. Okay. Before we totally wrap things up, plug whatever you have going on.
Did I just do that?
No, that was you shouting out people.
All right. Yo, what's up? It's been Cam. Thank you for watching Hot Ones. Which camera am I looking to? Okay.
This camera, or this camera.
These Streets got a record coming out on August 21st, I think. We're hopefully playing Upstate Music Fest. So if you're in the New York area and you want to turn with me, I'm going to have 3 bottles of Henny, and I'll be turning And then, new single on May 20th. Music videos dropping on, I can't say the name of the magazine yet. Albums coming out through Upstate Records and Blood Blast Distribution. Finna run it up. Thank you, Sean.
Hey, man. Thank you for doing this. This is fun. I love chatting with you. So
this was good.
This was good. Okay. Awesome.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye. That's it for this one. Thanks for checking this one out. As always, if you want to support the podcast, follow us on social media at Metalcore Nerds, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts. That helps the podcast get discovered by new people. Follow on Spotify, subscribe on YouTube. And if you want to support monetarily, you can go to redcircle.com/metalcore-nerds
patreon.com/donations. Until next time, this is Metal Corner.